So students, now let's start activity 1.2 quadratic polynomials. In this activity, we will learn about the geometrical meaning of the zero or zeros of a quadratic polynomial. Px equals to ax square plus bx plus c, where a is not equals to 0 and b is not equals to 0. So, a quadratic polynomial has two shapes, that is either downward shape of a U or upward shape of a U. And these shapes depends on the value of a, that is whether a is greater than 0 or a is less than 0, and these shapes are termed as parabolas. So students, the following three cases can occur for the shapes of the quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c. So case 1, when the graph intersects x-axis at two distinct points. At two distinct points. So you can see the graph here of the quadratic polynomial intersects x-axis at two distinct points, that is a and a dash. Similarly, Similarly, you can see here the graph, that is our parabola, intersects x-axis at a and a dash. So these are the two figures that we obtained in case 1 when the graph intersects x-axis at two distinct points. So our case 2 is when the graph intersects x-axis at exactly one point. So here our graph intersects x-axis at point A, only at a single point, that is point A. Similarly, when the graph intersects in the downward direction, here also you can see the graph intersects x-axis at a single point, that is point A. So in case 2, when the graph intersects x-axis at exactly one point, these are the two graphs that has been obtained, that is one facing upward and one facing downwards, and they intersect x-axis at exactly one point, that is at A. So our case 3 is when the graph remains either completely above x-axis or completely below x-axis, that is the graph does not intersect x-axis. So first condition is the graph remains completely above the x-axis and in the second figure the graph remains completely below the x-axis. So these are the two figures that can be obtained in case 3. So our objective for this given activity is to find the zeros of the quadratic polynomial geometrically. So our objective is to find the zeros of the quadratic polynomial geometrically. So students, now let's see the procedure for the given activity. Step 1. Consider a quadratic polynomial. X square minus 5x plus 6. Step 2. Let y equals to x square minus 5x plus 6. Step 3. Construct a table for the values x, y. Step 4. First, let's construct the table. So first, let's take the value of x as minus 2, then the value of y is 20. When we put the value minus 2 in the given equation, that is y equals to x square minus 5x plus 6, when we put x equals to minus 2, we get y equals to 20. Our coordinate becomes minus 2, 20. Similarly, now let's let the value of x as minus 1. Then the value of y we get when we put in the given equation as 12. So when we put y equals to x as minus 1, then minus 1 square minus 5 into minus 1 plus 6 equals to 1 plus 5 plus 6 equals to 12. So in this way we get the value of y 12. So our coordinate becomes minus 1, 12. Similarly, when we put the value of x as 0, x 0, then the value of y is 6. So coordinate becomes 0, 6. Now when we put value of x as 1, then get y equals to 2. Then our coordinate becomes 1, 2. Similarly, when we put x equals to 2, then our coordinate for y is 0. So our point to be plotted is 2, 0. Similarly, for 3, when we let x equals to 3, then we get y equals to 0. Then our coordinate becomes 3, 0. Now when x equals to 4, then the value of y we get is 2. So with 4, 2. When we put x equals to 5, that is when we let x equals to 5, then the value of y, when we let x equals to 5, then the value of y we get is 6. So our coordinate becomes 5, 6. Similarly, when we let value of x equals to 7, then value of y is 20. So we get 7, 20 as our coordinate. So this is the table for the values x, y. Now we will plot these values, that is these points x, y over a graph paper. Step 4. Plot the points -2, 20, -1, 12, 0, 6, 1, 2, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 2, 5, 6 and 7, 20. Now step 5, when we plot these points, join these points with a freehand curve. Now when we plot these points, we will join these points with a freehand curve to obtain our graph. Now let's plot these points over our graph. First point is -2, 20, -2, 20, second -1, 12, -1, 12, this is -2, 20, -1, 12, third 0, 6, 0, 6, fourth 1, 2, 1, 2, fifth 2, 0, then 3, 0, two, 0, then 3, 0, 4, 2, 5, 6, 5, 6, and 7, 27, Now I will join the points with the freehand curve to obtain our parabola. So in this way, we have obtained our parabola by plotting all the points. So this is the graph for our quadratic polynomial. So our observation for the given activity is, we see that the curve intersects x-axis at two different points. that is 2 0 and 3 0. And the x coordinate of these points is 2 and 3. Therefore, we conclude that the quadratic polynomial x square minus 5x plus 6 has 2 zeros. That is 2 and 3. So when we put the value of x as 2, we get our equation equals to 0, that is value of y has been 0. Similarly, when we put the value of 3, we get the equation as 0 equal to 0. So we can say 2 and 3 are the zeros of the quadratic polynomial x square minus 5x plus 6. So this is our conclusion for the given activity.